This recruitment ad from the Department of Homeland Security offers a pretty clear signal. It features the fictional character Judge Dredd. In December 2025, the US government posted a picture of Judge Dredd online. You know the line, "I am the law." If you don't know Judge Dredd, he's a fictional comic book character living in a dystopian future. One person acts as judge, jury, and executioner all at once. No trials. He just decides. Under that image, the Department of Homeland Security wrote, "Deliver justice to criminal illegal aliens. Become a deportation judge. Save your country." That is a real government ad still up, still recruiting. But here's the part nobody slows down to explain. They had every legal right to post it. By April 2026, around 200 immigration judges were removed, 440,000 backlog cases cleared. Replacements were offered a 25% pay bonus to work in cities that oppose ICE the most. They're not hiding this. They're putting it directly on a poster with a comic book character. Immediately upon taking the oath of office, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history. You have no idea. What's up, guys? Tyson Dela Cruz here. Thanks for rocking with me. Before we get into who got removed and who's replacing them, you need to understand one key thing, because without it, none of this makes sense. When most people hear the word judge, they picture a federal courthouse, black robe, gavel, and a lifetime appointment that nobody can touch. That protection exists because the Constitution says real federal judges can't be removed for their rulings. That's real and it matters. But immigration judges are not that. Think of the government like a 3-floor building. Top floor, Congress, they write the laws. Middle floor, the court's real judges with lifetime protection. Bottom floor, the executive branch, the president's team. That includes the FBI, CIA, Department of Justice, and immigration courts. Immigration courts sit on that bottom floor, which means they work for the president. Not independently, not constitutionally protected like real judges. They are government employees, just like any other Dodge worker. Even CBS News, while criticizing all of this, confirmed it. The immigration court is not part of the judiciary. It's overseen by the Department of Justice. So in the same report criticizing the system, they explained exactly why it's legally possible. These are Dodge employees. The president runs the Dodge. That makes them his workforce. And any employer can remove employees and bring in new ones. So when people talk about judicial independence, here they're applying it to a system that was never independent. Once you understand that, this stops looking like a scandal and starts looking like a management decision. Now here's where it gets serious. Some of these judges weren't given notice. No farewell. Some were literally in the middle of reading decisions when they were stopped, tapped on the shoulder, and told to step away. That's something even experienced insiders said they had never seen before. Ryan Wood, a strict judge and a Trump appointee who denied most asylum cases, said he had never seen anything like it. That's not a political opponent speaking. That's someone inside the system describing what happened. And 2 specific removals sent a very clear message. Judges Rupal Patel and Nina Fraz had both dismissed high-profile deportation cases involving international students who supported Palestinian rights. Both were removed shortly after. Nobody needed further explanation. You don't need to remove everyone you remove the right to, and everyone else understands. So 200 judges out. Who's coming in? The administration answered that publicly, again using Judge Dredd imagery. New ads offered salaries over $200,000, plus a 25% bonus for working in sanctuary cities. That means places like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles, cities that have resisted federal immigration enforcement for years. They're not just hiring, they're deliberately placing enforcement inside opposition zones. That bonus isn't random. It's targeted. At the same time, the experience requirement was lowered. Previously, you needed 7 years in immigration law. Now, any licensed attorney can apply. They're prioritizing mindset over specialization, people aligned with enforcement goals rather than those trained to delay or challenge deportations. And judges still in the system got a message too. A memo circulated suggesting judges had been too favorable toward immigrants and should align more closely with DHS. It didn't explicitly order anything, but the direction was clear. Now, here's something new. To fill the gap, up to 600 military lawyers, JAG officers, are being reassigned as immigration judges. They are trained attorneys, experienced in legal procedures. But immigration law is one of the most complex legal fields. and many of them haven't practiced it before. All of this is happening while the backlog sits near 4 million cases. Critics argue this approach risks breaking the system. Supporters point to the results. Border encounters dropped from over 1.5 million to under 130,000. Inside the courts, 440,000 cases were cleared, the largest reduction on record. And asylum approval rates dropped from 31% to 5%. That shows direction. The system isn't drifting, it's being steered. Whether someone agrees with it or not, the outcome matches the design. Even critics acknowledge the intent clearly. There is zero doubt what the administration wants: deportations, and for millions of voters, that was the point. The Judge Dredd ad wasn't a joke. It was a statement of policy, a system that moves faster, prioritizes enforcement, and doesn't apologize for it. And the key detail: none of this required changing the law. The authority was always there. What changed is how aggressively it's being used and who's being put in place to carry it out.